Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Good day. I'm Suryantie, the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to Kelas Kreatif International Teaching Conference 2023 about integrating teaching, learning, and assessment in EFL classes. Today's seminar is about storytelling and digital storytelling, theory and practice for educators. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker for today is Ibu Intan Satriani. She is one of the lecturers in IKIP Siliwangi. She has received her bachelor and master degree in Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Before the presentation begins, let me inform how the presentation will be going on. First, Ibu Intan will be invited to present the material. After that, there will be question and answer session and followed by conclusion. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, Ibu Intan. Please, you can begin the presentation.
Thank you, Ibu Sherry. Halo, Assalamualaikum Bapak dan Ibu. Nice to meet you today. Yeah. First of all, I'm going to permit that I'm going to share the screen. Is that okay now? Yeah. All right. Okay. Now we are going to deal with the yellow one, right? Yeah, Bapak dan Ibu, today is not a gloomy day because we are going we face with the yellow one. It means that hopefully today we can get the new atmosphere, yeah, the cheer one, not the gloomy. All right, Bapak dan Ibu, as already mentioned previously by Ibu Sherry, my name is Intan Satriani. I am from IKIP Siliwangi, Cimahi, West Java. And on today's occasion, I'm going to share. Actually, this is based on, or we can say that this is the book review. The title is Storytelling and Digital Storytelling, Theory and Practice for Educators. And also this book based on research. Nah, here we go with menu of the presentation. So if we talk about the presentation itself, and if we want to create a cake at the end of the presentation, so we have several menu, yeah, or recipe actually. And the first one is about this book, and the second for who, and the third is what's inside it, especially what is inside the book, and also how to implement it. Nah, hey, as we already mentioned previously, the first recipe is about this book, the recipe of this presentation. And if we talk about this book, this is the cover. So we can see from the cover that the book consists of 5 main chapters. The first one is storytelling, as already mentioned, yeah, in the title, and also digital storytelling, implementing storytelling, and also implementing digital storytelling, and the last is related research. Here we go also with the cover. Now, if we talk about the objective now, so if you want to write something, if we want to like share something, like share a presentation or sharing ideas, especially we always has the objective, yeah. Nah, Bapak dan Ibu, now what is the objective of writing this book? The first one is the writer really want to share the ideas and strategies in implementing storytelling itself. Nah, the storytelling, not only the conventional but also the digital storytelling. As we know also here, the storytelling not only the conventional one that we face to face with that's interesting, but not only that one, we face to face with the students or with the audience, and also we need to show the book or the puppet, yeah, directly. But we also has in the digital era now, we also has another method. This is the digital storytelling. And also digital storytelling, it is based on um, the fact that, as we know, also Bapak dan Ibu, in Indonesia, we are in the low level of literacy. Nah, this is the struggle of teacher and also of parents, students to, you come on, read and read. Nah, ya. The fact it is taken from Nur Hadi 2011 said that most of the children, especially in junior high school, sometimes in the senior high school, they prefer to playing, yeah, and then to play the musical instrument, and then to doing a sport, and then playing game as their hobbies. And um, we still lack of know the students that reading is my hobbies. Nah, okay, that's um the objective, one of the objective why the writer write this book. Okay, if we talk about how many pages actually, and this book consists of 63 pages. Nah, the next one, Bapak dan Ibu, if we talk about for who, okay, so this book is for who, and there is a big question. Three question marks already pop up here. The first one is for teachers or for parents. Nah, so how about what do you think, Bapak dan Ibu? Okay, thank you very much. And for Bapak dan Ibu, I think the answer is both of teachers and parents. So teachers need also to guide the children at home how to implement storytelling itself, and also parents need to um, guide the children at home, teacher and also parents. And if we talk about teacher and parents, um, this book is dedicated themselves in education, and also through storytelling and digital storytelling, or through story, children can build, or teacher and parents can build children awareness in literacy, or reading and writing can be started from a piece of action. And a piece of action is a piece of action is through storytelling. Nah, the next one is what decided. Nah, okay. If we only see from the cover, if we see only from the cover, we only can get the information about who is the writer, uh, what are the main chapters. Nah, so what is inside the main chapters? Okay, now we are going to talk about this one. Right, Bapak dan Ibu, here we go. And if we talk about the inside the book, we are going to talk about storytelling, and the storytelling, what is storytelling, the definition of it, and also basic principles and stages. We are going to talk about it later. And as the types of story, and the storytelling and teaching literacy. So if we talk about storytelling, it really close with the literacy, and it really close with the technique, yeah, of teaching literacy, and then benefit and challenges. And the second, digital storytelling, what inside it, quite similar with the storytelling, and then implementing digital storytelling, and also related research. Why related research? Because, as mentioned previously, um, if we talk about this book, this book is taken from research. Right. The next one, Bapak dan Ibu. All right, now we start know about storytelling and digital storytelling. I think the word storytelling and digital story, and I'm sure that Bapak dan Ibu really familiar with this one. And Bapak dan Ibu usually use this one in the classroom. So I only want to discuss with Bapak dan Ibu here what inside this book. Okay, the first one is the storytelling. So if we talk about the storytelling, story and telling, we can know the information it's relate with the story, relate with the imaginative activity, and also if we talk about the story, relate with the plot, characters, event of the text, and also the shape of narrative genre. So because story really close with the narrative genre, or if we talk about story, if we talk about narrative genre also, and it is taken from Abu Nada 2013. And the another information about storytelling itself, an odd practice of storytelling or telling a story, it that has been the primary oral language to pass the information. So why we need to do the storytelling, we need to inform, we need to share the information to others. And this is taken from Rifo and Ritz 1986. Okay, if we already know about the storytelling, and now we are going to talk about the digital native. Okay, this is really close with the digital native, yeah. To be honest, Bapak dan Ibu, if I stay in the classroom, the students really close with and they are the professor of digital era, yeah. And I also really need to learn from the students. That's why digital storytelling is really close with the students. Okay, and here, if we talk about the digital storytelling, as already mentioned previously, with the rapid development of technology, as we already know about that one, the Joe Lambert and also the late Diana Ackley helped the Center of Digital Storytelling to create the digital storytelling movement as a new version of storytelling. So um, it is right or no if we still practice the storytelling in conventional? Yes, we can do it. Is that okay if we want to implement digital storytelling? Yes, it's good. So we can use both of them. But here for digital storytelling, this one of the uh the close media that can be used in the classroom for our digital native, our students. And this is taken from Center for Digital Storytelling 2005, Robin 2008. And also, if we talk about digital storytelling, a new educational tool which integrates between computer technology and also multimedia elements with storytelling or teaching learning. And it's taken from Fraser 2010 and also Su et al. Okay, Bapak dan Ibu, now we come up, we start to talk about the stages incorporating storytelling in teaching literacy. Um, Implementing storytelling and also digital storytelling, the stages quite similar. They have three stages. The storytelling has three stages to implementing, and also digital storytelling has three stages to implementing. And based on the research that I already taken here, I took the frame from Wright and Davis. Um, this is the activities from before, during, and after reading. Before, during, and after reading. What we are going to do before storytelling, before reading storytelling, and what we need to do before during reading the storytelling, and then what we need to do after reading storytelling. So the first one, in preparation, one of them is teacher or parents as the facilitator need to find appropriate story to be used, especially it is the traditional story or the storybook, what kind of book that really need to share to the students or to the children at home. And also, okay, I want to share the personal story, so make sure teacher or students prepare first or find first the appropriate story to be used. And also the next one, um, after this appropriate story, teacher also or parents also need to focus to find the stages, what kind of stages that can be used to implement story or to read the story or to tell the story to the children or students. And during the storytelling, this is the stages of the process of telling the stories to the students or children at home, and the teacher needs to check students' understanding toward the story, and it is taken from REP 2008. So in during reading the story, this is um this is the part of checking students' understanding. After we share or we tell the story to the students, and at the same time we also check their understanding related with the story, so we can communicate with the children during telling the story. And the last one, if we talk about the after reading the story, because this research is the focus is literacy, and literacy here is focus, or the limit is um, reading and also writing. So after the storytelling or after reading the story, it relates with the trace the students to write the pace, or now students can come up or find the writing pace. So it is also related with the four elements of writing taken from Harvard 2004, that planning, drafting, editing, or in editing we can say that reflecting and revising, and also the last is final version. And for final version, and here the stages for creating or for the students to produce their writing. Okay. Hello, Bapak dan Ibu. Are you still here? Yes, yeah. Okay, now we continue. After we talk about the stages in incorporating storytelling, and now we come up with the digital storytelling itself. As I mentioned previously, it's quite similar, but the theory the theory is different, and the expert of digital storytelling is Fraser and Sinemo. They said that um, the stages or the activities that close with digital storytelling is preparation, production, and presentation. So it has presentation at the end. So children or students need to present, be brave to present, to share their ideas to the audience, to more audience than their classroom. Okay, how to implement this one? The first one is storytelling. Nah, in this book we can see that several lesson plan. I'm sorry, in this presentation I only give the example for one unit or one lesson plan for one stages. Actually we can find several units based on the research that already taken. The first one is storytelling before. And if we talk about the storytelling before, first one, and here in this book the story is different from one unit to another. So for the first unit, the story is the story of the gingerbread man. So if we talk about the story, it's quite really familiar, yeah, I think, yeah, with the students, yeah, the previous students. Maybe for the current students now, they have really more imaginative to share the story, because the media is really open to find um more um more reference, yeah, more reference or more creative story. And this is because this research I took this research on 2012, so I used the story of the gingerbread man as the story. And at the end of the lesson, the learning objective, we can see here read narrative text with the proper intonation, stress, and so find meaning of narrative. And here is the activities. The first one is show the title of the book to the students, then make them pronounce it, and introduce some unfamiliar. And we need to find we can try to share, like, okay class, for example, and we can show the book, and also we can interact with the students or with the children to find out to or to guess what is in the cover and what kind of difficult storytelling that you obtain from the story. And also this activity in the story before storytelling, that building students awareness of reading preference. And the second one is the during reading storytelling, and this is especially for this occasion on the unit 2. The story used is story of the baby of the owl babies, and this is a big book. This is a big book which has proper quality, and also in addition, the big book can help the students to see the picture clearly, and also the activities here can be conducted, um, also can be described here in this section. And the next one is after. Okay, for the after the storytelling, the book is the Little Red Riding Hood, and also we can share the learning objective and also the activities. As already know previously, if we talk about the after reading storytelling here, um, the focus is not only writing, but also to think the moral value of the story. This is the example of student writing, and they create the mind map first in Bahasa Indonesia, because this is in um, the area is the in the remote area, which is we cannot find, we cannot use the digital one, because the it's like the electricity is not really provided in the area. So we I can provide the students to use their own language first, or Bahasa Indonesia first, to create the story or mind map, and then they try to uh, describe it in the text. And the next one is the digital storytelling, Bapak dan Ibu. If we talk about digital storytelling, the first one is preparation. And also in preparation of digital storytelling, it's create students create try to try to prepare their try to prepare the media or tools that can be used, or the story that can be used to create their own digital storytelling. And for this this occasion, I'm going to I try to give the students topic. The topic is related to Indonesian local content. So the students can find the main focus. The main focus is Indonesian local content, and then the students try to be introduced the part of narrative text itself, and how to write narrative text, and so on and so forth. And the next one, this is the first one, and the participant is university students. So it can be seen the previous is junior high students for the storytelling, and this is university students, and they try to find their own story. They can create the current story with their own. They try to write down their story. And then the digital story of that production. And if we talk about this one, each group starts to write narrative text based on the topic. Okay, and also it's collaboratively using word processor. So we can say that the stage is quite similar with the Zangrebis ya. Nah, because um, the base is writing, or literacy. So at the end, children or students need to produce their own writing or text. And the next one, this is the example of students' story, and this is the presentation. Okay, and because this is 2012, okay, now Instagram ya, IG ya Bu Syari ya. And now we really familiar with Instagram for picture sharing. And now previously we use Facebook ya with the students. So this is the example of student story. I think if we try to implement digital storytelling in the classroom, um, it can show students exposure really, especially with they can combine their creation, they can combine their uh, emotion, and also um, their ideas to share the story, uh, and we can give them to, okay, it's free. If you want to write anything here, it will be please. So you can write based on your creativity. So I think this creation is really show their ideas and also creative. So, Bapak dan Ibu, which one do you prefer? Storytelling or digital storytelling? Bu Sherry, which one? Or both? Yeah. Hopefully, Bapak dan Ibu, if you want to choose, I think both storytelling or also digital storytelling, they are better. Yeah, they are good to be implemented in the classroom. Okay, Bapak dan Ibu, this is the end of my sharing related with the storytelling and digital storytelling book. Thank you very much for your participation today and also your cooperation. See you again, and I'm going to come back give again this session to Ibu Sherry. Thank you, Ibu Sherry. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Wow, it's so interesting. So because I'm an old school, so maybe before I listen to your presentation, I choose the old ways, the manual thing.
Yeah, similar, Bu.
Yeah. But yeah, because we are now facing the technology's world, right? Yeah. So we teachers should learn about digital too. So we have to use the digital way then now. Okay, thank you very much, Ibu Intan, for giving such informative and interesting presentation. And ladies and gentlemen, now come to the question and answer session. I'd like to have 3 questions from the participant first, and then Ibu Intan will answer the question one by one. So if you have the question, Ibu Intan sure will be pleased to answer the question clearly. We will wait. While we are waiting for the participants, Ibu and Bapak untuk to give the question, can I ask you question?
Sure, Ibu. Sure, please.
Okay. This is about during the. I used to be a kind of a juror in the storytelling competition. So I'm sure you are more have experience in this storytelling world. What I like to ask you about is it which one is better? Telling the story with all the costume and all the adequate properties, or just doing natural in daily costume, and then in modest properties, so that we hope the students or the listener can imagine how the story can imagine how it looks without we wearing the costume. So which one do you prefer?
Wow, such a great question. Thank you, Ibu Sherry. Wow, I need to learn from Ibu Sherry, yeah, actually. um, okay, Bapak, Ibu Sherry, I think in my perception, I think, yeah, in my opinion, if especially in the competition, because in the competition there are several criteria that to be seen by the judges. So the the participants or the participants here, the other storyteller here, they need they need to prepare both the costume and also the gesture. The Because if we talk about the storytelling, the first one is the storytelling. The first one is we need to see the content the content itself, and then the gesture. We need to the eye contact, yeah, the eye contact, the gesture, vocal. The judges can hear or not the voice of the participants or the storyteller, and also the performance. The performance also can be one of the criteria that should be seen by the judges. So that's the complete one for the competition. For a teacher, especially teacher in the uh, elementary or kindergarten, especially we actually we not only need to um, find another property or many kinds of property. We need only use one book, for example. Okay, one book, and then from that book we can explore the students, and we can try to study the storytelling, especially those sometimes storytelling is quite similar with the uh, it's like reading aloud. That one. So we can use the simplest one, at least as long as our information can be obtained or can be got from the with the students. That's all. That's my opinion, Ibu. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, Bapak Ibu, I think if you later on have question for Ibu Intan, I think Bapak Ibu can send the question to you through chat or email, Ibu. Can they do that?
Yeah, sure, Ibu.
Okay. Could you please share your email, or I think you have it in your last.
Okay, I'm going
Yeah.
to share the email
Thank
through
you.
chat box, ya, Ibu.
Yeah, that will be nice. Okay. Um. Okay then. Yeah, there you are. Ibu
At
intan.satriani@yahoo.co.id.
yahoo.co.id.
Wow,
Still
this
Yahoo, ya.
I think is the yeah. So it represents you that you are already involved in this email thing from years ago. Right. Okay. So Bapak dan Ibu, we can conclude from the Ibu Intan presentation that one thing that we should prepare is activities before, during, and after reading the story, right? And also, we could check the understanding of our students during the during the storytelling that we do in front of the class. Okay, wow, we have so many tips from Ibu Intan, and also this is where can we get this book, Ibu?
Okay. Actually, I need to give, but the publisher, the publish already pop up also in the Shopee, or
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and another. Sorry, I mentioned it. Another digital market.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Bapak Ibu can find it in the orange shop and
And the
and the
green
green
one.
shop. Okay. I think Ibu Intan after this will have to publish another copies of the books. Yeah, Ibu,
Amin.
we are waiting for it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Bapak dan Ibu semuanya, what a great presentation that we had from Ibu Intan. But I'm afraid because of we have not a lot of time to do these classes. So before we close the seminar, I would like to again thank you, Ibu Intan Satriani, for the very useful presentation, and also for Kelas Kreatif and Pak Dadang to give this opportunity so that we could meet and learn from Ibu Intan Satriani. Okay, let's close this. We will close this seminar by reciting Hamdalah from Muslim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Until we meet again in another Kelas Kreatif session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Bu Sherry.
Thank you Ibu Intan, thank you Pak Solihin, Ibu Nusra.